Film is a very important part of any football program around the country.
You get a certain amount of reps on the field in practice. You supplement those reps by watching film from an end zone view or a sideline view. The problem I always had with watching film is the vantage point, you're sitting up in a box, basically. It just looks totally different.
Virtual reality is kind of something that puts you right there.
Virtual reality is using an immersive display that's basically right up in front of your eyes. So not only is it showing you something, but it is tracking the movement of your head and changing the view in response to that.
In whatever direction he moves his head in, he will see the rush coming from his left or the rush coming from his right.
You turn around and you can see the running back behind you, you see the line, and you feel like you're in the game, and it's just a very good simulation of an actual football game.
ID3D is a company that animates architectural models to bring them to life. You can watch as the sunlight changes through time. You can play with time itself to provide a completely new way of showing real estate. This company is pioneering on how to bring people from different technological platforms to a real estate experience. Virtual reality is the platform that offers the immersive and natural way to explore the features that the property has. The physical is not an obstacle now.
Training medics how to operate in conditions like these is resource-intensive, time-consuming and expensive. But they must get used to working in difficult places before they do it for real. There are no shortcuts. The solution could be found here at Birmingham University, where the Human Interface Technologies team is pioneering some advanced training techniques using the latest software, simulations and virtual reality. With the help of lifelike dummy Steve, the team have begun experimenting with what's known as mixed reality.
Essentially how this works is we are tracking using infrared cameras a person's head as well as their hands, using points on their gloves and a head tracker on a head-mounted display. And this allows us to align their real-world actions with the virtual actions. So as you can see, they move the head and the hands, and they will roughly align to the virtual world. So we've both got a virtual body here, but we've also got a real simulated body in the real world. So when they actually reach out and touch something, they do actually feel something, and they can kind of start to sort of ascertain the problems.
Down the line, the virtual world casualty could suffer from any wound and react to treatment in a realistic way.
Do you feel like this is something that's really impacting your life in a big way, like interfering with your ability to do your work?
I was doing this interview with John Cho.
We all good?
We decided for some reason we were going to do it at the top of this building. I did it. I couldn't refuse. I mean, it's my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to explain, but I have a fear of heights.
Limbix, a small startup in Palo Alto, is developing VR experiences that mimic real life. The idea is that if someone's afraid of something, the best way to treat them is to gradually expose them to it. And over time, their fear will get less intense, or even go away.
So it felt realer than I thought it would.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it's still different than actually being there,
Sure.
right? But it's impractical to go there.
Yeah.
And so this really kind of bridges us between, you know, office-based imaginal exposure, where I just ask you to imagine it, and being there.
In the future, VR will grow to have an audience of 1 billion people, and 50 million servers will be needed to support their shared experiences. The buying and selling of virtual goods at that scale will create a $1 trillion economy with 5 billion virtual goods for sale and up to 20,000 transactions happening every second. The question we have to answer today is what systems will support those transactions? The dominant players today are highly centralized, and this creates the risk of data breaches at an unprecedented scale or even physical danger as VR grows to be used by everyone. Trustless systems, including blockchains, offer an alternative to centralization. Today, however, the settlement times for blockchain systems won't support 20,000 transactions a second. So we need a system that is decentralized but very fast. High Fidelity is an open source client-server platform with the servers running in the cloud. And we're building a blockchain that will be maintained through federated consensus. This blockchain will be available to users around the world. It'll be used to certify digital assets for creators and owners, to manage a currency, and to provide storage and proof for identity.